nothing to get nervous about. It's just an old trunk under there. There's nothing alive in here. Just some things. Probably some old, a lot of old things that somebody thought a little too much of to throw out in the trash. That's all. Come on over here. Come on. There you are. Let's see what's in there. Some maps, it looks like. Stiff as parchment. Bunch of old letters. Hey, Cindy, don't you go rummaging around there. That's not our stuff. Bunch of letters. Oh, gentler times those were. Look at that ribbon. Hey, Cindy. Cindy, wait a second. Hey, that's important stuff there.
These ladies have just discovered a new reason to use Noxzema.
I guess I always thought Noxzema was just for washing.
Or teenagers.
But it actually is a good moisturizer.
I sleep with it on.
I just rub it in like any moisturizer. But Noxzema's different. It's a clean moisture.
Greaseless.
I have it on under my makeup right now.
Well, that's a sneaky way to moisturize during the day.
They've discovered tomorrow is the best reason to moisturize with Noxzema. Tonight.
Hey, look at the date on this, Cindy. It's 1777. Oh, boy, I knew this place was old, but I didn't think it was that old. Hey, let's see what else is in here, huh? Some kind of account book of somebody's. Hey, look at that. Here's an old powder horn. Now, keep your powder dry, Cindy. That's what that's for. Here's old fan. What's in there, huh?
Amy, I was
some
teasing
buttons.
when I said you were the cause of their argument.
Nevertheless, I was the cause of their argument.
No, Belle interfering in Dad's affairs was the cause of the argument, and Belle just used you for an excuse.
It's not our stuff, Cindy. We better put it away here on the stairs again. We'll let her have the fun of finding it for herself, huh?
That is just my point, Kevin. Anytime if Belle wants to use me for an excuse, she can. I'd just rather not be there for her to have me to use. Riley, do you have time to give me an opinion?
Oh, sure I do. Sure, always time for an opinion.
Let's not drag Riley into this, huh?
Oh, all right. Then come here. Come here. I want to ask you something. Sit down. I want to ask you something. What do you think? Do you think that I should stay with Mr. Kincaid's campaign or not? Huh? Do you need me to expound on the subject a little bit? All right, I'll tell you. What it is I am a troubleshooter. You know what that is? That's somebody who shoots trouble everywhere.
Amy.
Don't you think maybe I should just pack up and leave the campaign, and that way Belle would be happy and I would be happy?
Yeah, and what about the woman's vote?
Oh, come on, Kevin. There are lots of people who could take care of the woman's vote just as well as I could.
Well, I don't see anybody beating down the door, and besides, Dad wants you.
Another thought that's guaranteed to give Belle pleasure.
I'll forget about Belle.
Oh, I might as well just walk through a brick wall. What do you think, Riley?
What do I think? No, I ran out of opinions just now. I'm gonna get my hat.
Amy, it is very important to me that you stay with the campaign.
I know it is, Kevin. I wish it weren't.
You're doing a very good job.
Yeah. The good job I'm doing is getting in Belle's hair.
Stop thinking about Belle and just think about the work you're doing.
Kevin, Martha Ann could get somebody who could do the work just as well as I could, probably better.
Leave Martha Ann out of it, too, huh? Dad wants you, and I want you, and that is what matters.
Oh, and what I want doesn't matter at all.
All I am asking you to do is to continue giving your help the way you said you wanted to.
Remind me, Kevin, if we're ever in court together, to be on your side.
Does that mean yes?
I guess so.
Good. Good.
Well, it sure doesn't look like you need my opinion now, huh? So I guess I'll be getting on. Come on, Cindy, let's go. Oh, the boards. and stuff that I took out of here, I took down to the dump mostly. I've got the rest of them outside, and I'll take them down with me now.
Yo, what's under there anyway?
Well, that one I was mostly used for storage, I guess. I don't think I used it for much of anything now. I suggest, Amy, you take a look down there, huh? Explore it a little bit.
Okay, I will.
See what you find.
Later.
Well, it's an old house. You never can tell what you might find in an old house, so you look at it as soon as you can, okay? Okay. And as long as you're here to help her, well, it'd be safe for her to poke around, I think.
Thanks.
Okay. See you. Come on, Mr. McCutcheon. Mr. McCutcheon, yeah. I would have called him that if you weren't a Cindy, you know. Come on, let's go.
You sure
Is that
did a
good
good
day's
job
work?
today, Cindy. You're welcome anytime.
Well, I think he gets the idea.
Bye-bye.
Welcome anytime, huh? You always say that to me, even when I'm a little grumpy and a little bossy.
Maybe even wrong? What do you think?
I think we ought to go outside and go for a nice little moonlit walk, Before Doug and Joanna get back. It's springtime out there.
All right. Did you notice that Riley sounded a little bit mysterious about what was under here?
Let me give you a hand.
It's pretty dark. I can't see anything. Wait a minute. What's that? Do you see that back there?
Looks like a handle or something.
Can you reach it?
Oh, no, let me try. I don't know. Wait, I got it. It's like a box of some sort.
Hey, look at that. Kevin, can you put that up here?
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord. Be careful. You're going to get filthy.
Yeah, well, what about you?
Well, I'm already filthy. Kevin, look at all this stuff.
Hi.
Hey, is company coming?
No. Whatever gave you that idea?
Hey, Mom, is it okay if I...
What?
Oh, do I have to get dressed for dinner?
No, you just sit right down.
Is your mother coming?
No.
Who's the company?
No company. Just us.
Your family is among the nicest people in the world, aren't they? So why shouldn't you treat them like company every night? Jell-O has a new dessert that fits right in with that kind of thinking. It's called Soft Swirl, a totally new kind of dessert that's rich and creamy, yet light enough to peek and swirl. And you can serve Soft Swirl 15 minutes after you first think of it. Make any day a little special with new Jell-O Soft Swirl in peach, vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate.
Hey, Mom, thanks for having us.
Hey, Susan. And you always know I get to the paper early. I walked into the news room expecting nobody to be there as usual.
Right.
There was Belle.
All by herself?
Uh-huh. Tapping as if she was in some kind of a race.
What'd she say? I haven't seen her since you bawled her out yesterday.
Well, she said, good morning.
Did she mean it?
No. I checked my ears for frostbite, my friend. And then she very pointedly looked at her watch. And, mind you, I was early. And she yawned.
Yeah, as if to say, how can a newspaper be printed with nobody there?
Exactly. So I made my way to my desk, and she had already placed on it a concise report of Dan's trip to Washington. All of it news.
That's a switch.
Uh-huh, exactly. But that was only the beginning. Say, what are you got there anyway?
Pudding.
Pudding?
Yeah. Leave it alone.
Ow!
All right.
Well, anyway, she continued typing that way all day. She turned out 3 stories, just as if we were paying her by the line, and the rent was due or something. And then she even helped Murdoch down the women's page.
You know, you're probably the first person to bawl her out in years. She had Paul wrapped around her finger, and now she's got Dan.
Oh, well, I think that's why she changed more than anything I said.
You mean Dan told her that she should straighten herself out?
The rumor around the typing pool is that they had a fight.
I don't believe it. He's mad about her.
Well, it seems to me that whenever we've had a fight, everybody in the world
fight?
knows about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't keep your hands off me, can you?
Oh, you want it back?
Yeah?
Yeah, well, get your hands off, because if you don't, you know what you're going to do? You're going to get a frozen peas right over your head.
You don't have the guts.
No, I don't, not anymore.
Time out.
Good.
Telephone.
Give you something to do with your hands.
Hello.
Hey, Frank, it's Kevin. I'm out at the barn.
Well, is everything all right? Amy okay?
Oh, everything's fine. It's just that something really crazy's happened. Amy got this idea from something that Riley said, and we found this old trunk. Well, it's not really a trunk. It's more like a box.
Kevin, hold on. You're not making any sense.
Is anything wrong?
Look, why don't I put Amy on? It's really her discovery. I don't want to take it away from her. Just a second.
Frank, we found this old trunk full of letters and papers and things.
Right, Amy, I'm with you so far.
Do you remember the article in the Herald a couple of months ago about the historical side of Woodbridge?
Right. Sunday edition. I wrote that myself. Well, you know I'm a nut on American history. Enough of it happened around here.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. You wrote about a General Eldridge, a Revolutionary War hero?
John J. Eldridge, 1737, 1809. What about him?
Well, you wrote he was supposed to live around here, but nobody knew where. Well, I think he lived right here, Frank. I mean, this barn was part of his property. We have found his papers.
Eldridge's papers.
Well, there's a lot of letters and a couple of what look like old diaries.
Amy, now listen to me. Don't you touch anything or move anything. Just stay right there, and we'll be right over.
What do you mean we'll be right over? What's the matter? What's
You
happening?
get your coat. I will turn off the stove. Do you want to go back 200 years?
Well,
Come on, my love.
Some people, like Oscar Mayer, all meet wieners with the works. But thank heavens there's still room in this world for the purist.
Yes?
Got a load of fresh pecans for Keebler.
This is the place.
This tree?
The freight entrance is in back.
Oh, round and back, Harry. That's a lot of pecans.
We use them in Keebler pecan sandies. Lots of real pecan chunks in shortbread cookies. Rich and crunchy.
I'll buy that.
Loaded with flavor.
I'll buy that.
And made by elves.
I don't buy that. But they're uncommonly good wherever they come from.
Keebler pecan sandies.
Eldridge, isn't it, Frank? Look, it says so right here on the trunk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks that way, but it could be another branch of the family.
Listen to this. Salt, 1 pound, 12 shillings.
Is there a date on that?
I don't know.
Because, if it was before the Revolution, they'd still be using British money.
I can't figure out which is north and which is south on this thing. I don't recognize any of the place names either.
This must have been some sort of an old ledger. No, wait a minute. There's something written in here. April 4th, 1772. The book of Rachel Eldridge.
That was the wife's name.
I do this day enter my 32nd year on this earth. Blessed this morning with the birth of my 5th child, a daughter, to be named after Aunt Tabitha.
Imagine going through life with that name.
Oh, I like it. But John says her hair is the color of tansy, and I suspicion that's what he will call her.
See, Mayo showing his pigs, even then.
Ethan, our eldest, is helping John plant an apple tree to celebrate the birth. Goodwife Crockett, who has knowledge of such things, says it will flourish best if placed near the barn.
This barn?
I don't know. There are lots of trees out there.
Hey, wait a minute. You don't expect to find it now after 200 years?
Well, it could be. The apple trees have been known to flourish 300 years.
Yeah, it might be. Come on, let's go out and look.
Wait a minute. I think I finally figured this thing out. Now, look. If that old stream out back is this right here? Frank, wait a minute. Does it say Eldridge's farm?
It sure does. This is going to be some story for the newspaper.
Now, listen to this. It's Rachel's diary, another year. It looks like 1777.
It's the Battle of Saratoga. A lot of British soldiers would have been around here.
They have commandeered our house again, and once more myself and daughters Joanna and Tansy
Well, looks like Tabitha didn't stick.
have been forced to take shelter in the barn.
This barn?
Well, you don't expect British officers to sleep on the ground when they could commandeer a wealthy farmer's house, do you?
Go on, Susan.
Yeah, unlike the previous officers who occupied our land, these are neither polite in bearing nor gentle in speech.
They just lost the Battle of Saratoga, and they were good and sore about it.
Listen to this. Noticing their too familiar attentions to daughter Joanna, I have given us this day's task to clean the pig pen, though it be out of season and disturb the sow mightily. However, at the completion of our labors, their interest in Joanna drops severely.
I'll bet. Go on.
Yet will I this night place my pallet between the latchway and the staircase to the loft, lest the Madeira the officers customarily imbibe to excess may make them venturesome once more. That's a very smart lady.
She must have slept right here. And the girls must have slept up there.
195 years ago. The men were probably all off with the army.
Hey, listen to this. It's from John J. Eldridge to his wife.
Is there any date on it?
It's hard to read. The ink's faded, but it's October 1777.
Didn't make it out at all?
Wasn't very strong on penmanship. Spelling's a little strange. I'll try. My beloved wife received this day with Ethan's safe return the 3 pair knitted stockings you have worked for me.
October. Well, that means son Ethan must have been home on leave, probably to bring in the harvest. They used to let soldiers do that.
General. Oh, that would be General, I guess. General W.
General Washington?
Has not yet positioned our winter quarters. It needs to be someplace encompassing the British who now hold Philadelphia, yet not too far to lose us the ground we have won at Brandywine. I pray we may have a gentle winter, but I am too long a farmer not to observe signs to the contrary. The small field creatures are already growing thick coats. Would God our men could do the same. Well, you know where they spent the winter, Valley Forge.
But he did live, didn't he? I mean, he came back and joined his wife, Rachel.
Sure, he came back. Suppose the family property got divided. Well, the children married, and then their children, and the family name...
We're back! Hey, what is this, a party?
Guess what? We discovered this trunk. It's incredible. You are probably standing on a historic site.
What are you all talking about?
Have you ever heard of a very famous Revolutionary War hero, General John J. Eldridge? He and his family lived around here. In fact, some of the time right in this barn.
Eldridge?
Mm-hmm.
They also had a daughter by the same name as yours, Joanna.
That's funny.
Well, it's not an uncommon name, not even then.
I mean, Eldridge. That was my mother's maiden name.
It was?
Is your family from around here?
My mother's side was. She said they used to be farm people. I was named after my grandmother, Joanna.
Joanna Eldridge. I think that's too close to be a coincidence.
What are you talking about?
Well, Joanna, it's beginning to sound as though you may have more right to this barn than I do.
You mean I could be related to this general?
You know, you could be a direct descendant? No kidding. Right down the line.
You'd be automatically a member of the DAR. How about that?
The DAR Johnny-come-latelys. If you're an Eldridge, you're a charter member of the Mayflower Society.
Well, step down, daughter of the Founding Fathers. We are in the presence of high society.
Joanna, no wonder you have such a strong feeling about this place. It's probably some kind of an old memory. Come on, let's look and see what else is in the pocket.
Joanna, I really would like to interview you. This is part of a terrific find.
First families. Wait till I tell Mom about this.
Tickle me, tickle me, tickle me soft. Tickle me, tickle me, tickle me dead. Tickle me, tickle me, tickle me clean. With the Q-tip swab.
Q-tips are the careful way to clean ears of all sizes because Q-tips have a soft cotton cushion that won't pull off the stick. Even lifting 18 pounds. Safety's always first with Q-tips, the first name in swabs.
Tickle me, tickle me, tickle me clean.
With
the Q-tip swab.
Q-tips, the safety swab.
Hi, I'm Peter Pan, and I bring the Peanut Eater's butter peanut.
What? He must mean Peter Pan, the peanut butter eater's peanut butter.
You can trust kids, they're peanut butter eaters.
He's weird, but he makes a great peanut butter sandwich.
Peter Pan is the peanut butter eater's peanut butter. I said that right, didn't I?
Just a minute, young lady. Well, let me put this basket down and I'll take you home, okay?
You don't have to.
Well, I want to.
It's late.
No, it isn't.
I'm tired.
Aren't you even excited about tonight?
Should I be?
Finding the old trunk? Knowing that barn goes all the way back to the Revolutionary War? And your family owned it?
That's what's important, isn't it? The family.
Well, the Eldridge family is part of the American history, isn't it?
I'm also part of the Morrison family.
So?
I don't think anybody knows where they came from or cares.
Yeah. You're kind of mad at me, right?
What's so great about being an Eldridge?
It's part of American history.
And that automatically makes me something great. That's dumb to me.
I didn't mean to say that.
DAR, Mayflower Society. Why should I care about any of those things?
Aren't you even interested?
Not like you are. You know the first thing you said, practically? Wait till you tell your mother.
Well, look, I just meant...
I know what you meant. Little me from nowhere might suddenly be socially acceptable.
Joanna, look, I didn't mean that. Look, everybody was excited.
Oh, sure. Mr. Carver will want to do a story. And yet I'm the same person that I was yesterday.
Of course you are.
Only nobody wanted to do a story about me then. I suppose Belle is just going to flip over this. It means I'm that much more acceptable for the governor's mansion. And maybe your mother won't be so bothered anymore that I can't swim or play tennis or
Look,
play
you're the
golf.
only one who's making a big deal about this.
Being turned into something that I'm not. You think that this is a small thing?
Nobody's trying to do that.
Yes, you are. And only this time we can't blame your mother. You were right in there.
Look, Joe, just calm down, okay?
No. Did it ever occur to any of you that everything you're trying to turn me into I don't find acceptable? And that's what's important to me.
Look, you don't love somebody for what they're not. You love them for what they are.
For what they are? Or for what they could be with a few little changes. And you people are just so perfect that you can make them all. No thanks.
Look, wait a minute.
For what? I saw your face tonight. You looked as if somebody gave you a great big present and that maybe I was a little bit more suitable.
Joanna, I wasn't thinking that.
Weren't you? I don't know. It made me realize that maybe that's what you thought of the real Joanna, that I wasn't suitable.
Look, I can't let you go away thinking that.
Let me go, Doug. We members of the first families don't like being mauled.
Morton salt. When it rains, it pours. Also, when it sprinkles.
I do lots of cleaning, but not with the bucket. I just use Fantastic. It's stronger than strong. Tough grease, grime, and gook are no match for such power. You spray it, you wipe it, and dirt is gone. Cleaning is a tough job, so be sure your cleaner is more than tough. Be sure it's Fantastic and dirt is gone.
Fantastic Spray Cleaner from Texsize. It's more than tough. It's fantastic.